Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm actually doing this video while not eating lunch, but I'm gonna continue eating lunch in a moment. But I wanted to do this best movies of 2021 part 1 video. So I'm doing the first part to see where I get to for which number, which there's 27 movies that I watched this year that were pretty good to probably the best movies. So I'm going to discuss what I'm going to be talking about from 27 to whatever number I get to and let you know my thoughts on these movies that are on this list. So let's dive into this end of the year video. Now, at number 27 is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, I thought this was a better Ghostbusters and probably a more enjoyable one because the last Ghostbusters with Melissa McCarthy kind of sucked, honestly. I know the jokes were funny, but it's just the way the script and how the movie was playing out didn't work. It was a very weak movie, in my opinion. So, this one was much better. It's in a small town, somewhere in Colorado, I think. I don't know for sure. But this girl or whatever, McKenna Grace, I believe is her name. She did a pretty good job playing as her character in this movie. Phoebe, I believe, was her name. I don't remember for sure, 100%, but basically the movie did pretty good in my opinion. Finn Wolfhard was in it, so was Paul Rudd, and some other actors and actresses, and also Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson was in this movie. But they didn't make their appearance till towards the end of the movie. So definitely go check out my movie review for this movie if you haven't seen it yet. So at number 27 at the top of the list is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Alright, at number 26 is Palmer. I believe this was an Apple TV movie or something. But I did enjoy this movie and what it was going for. Basically, Justin Timberlake plays this guy named Palmer, and he went to jail for a few years, and he got out, but only on probation, and he was doing community service around the school or whatever, I believe, and basically he raises this kid or whatever that's not his kid at the time, but he starts growing a bond with this kid, and they start uh, getting to know each other a lot more. Not in a just basically, I don't want to say that in a weird way to make you think that it's kind of wrong, kind of shit, weird way, because that's how it came out, and I'm really sorry that it came out that way with how I was saying it, but basically the movie was pretty good. I personally enjoyed it, and I enjoyed how the ending to the movie turned out, and yeah, definitely go check out this movie, Palmer. I think you guys will like it. It's with Justin Timberlake in the movie, and he's mainly the main character, but he gets out of jail and all that, so definitely go check this movie out. At number 25 is The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. This has Salma Hayek in it, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ryan Reynolds in this movie. And this movie did very good. I was surprised with it only because, well, it's a pretty good movie. It's in the top 25, so it's very at the top of the list due to the fact that it's not my personal favorite movie this year, but it is a pretty good movie. The action scenes are great. Salma Hayek's character is kind of funny in this movie. Well, pretty funny. But it's just the way the ending turned out, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Kind of shit. So, yeah, definitely go check this movie out for the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So yeah, number 24 is The Mauritanian. This was with Jodie Foster in the movie, and basically it's about this guy who was wrongfully sent to prison or whatever, and they're trying to figure out be on his case, like go on his case to figure out why he was wrongfully in prison and all that. But yeah, it was something that he was accused of and of being, or they got the wrong guy or whatever at the time, so they charged this guy that they're trying to get out of prison. And yeah, it's an interesting movie. I thought it was a pretty good script, in my opinion. So yeah, at number 24, I picked The Mauritanian. I don't know if I have much more to talk about this movie. You can go check out my movie review for it that I did this year. So yeah, at number 23 is The Tomorrow War. Now, this was a pretty good movie. I think I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, if I remember correctly. I just thought the script was well done. Chris Pratt's in the movie, and basically the Tomorrow War is about this certain species that's coming to kill the humans and all that. But this is like in the near future or whatever, and they basically have to stop the Tomorrow War, like the future has to be saved for the present to be uh, so they could recorrect the mistakes that the future made, and in the present time to change uh, history and all that. So change the present time and all that stuff. It's a little confusing, but if you understand what the movie is trying to tell you, definitely go check this movie out. It is worth watching. I thought the action scenes were great in this movie. Chris Pratt's character was fantastic in this movie, and I enjoyed this movie from start to finish, in my opinion. So, at number 23 was The Tomorrow War. Number 22 is The Kingsman, or The Kingsman, I meant to say. Yeah, this came out like last week, and I really enjoyed it. They had what's his name? Can't remember his name. Rasputin. That's what it was. The character Rasputin was played by this actor that I've seen in Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man movie, as Dr. Connors, and that's the actor who played as Rasputin, or Grigory Rasputin, in this movie, and he's basically, I just love the way he was dancing and fighting in this movie. It just was funny, and the action scenes were great. Ralph Fiennes, that's how you pronounce his name, Ralph Fiennes, um, was very good in this movie. I love his character. Jamon Hansuo, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I don't know for sure. I might be pronouncing it wrong, the last name. But he was pretty good in this too. I love that actor that plays in this movie, and other movies like Blood Diamond, Push. Push was my favorite movie, but I know it didn't receive a lot of great praise from critics due to the fact that the storyline was good, but I guess it wasn't good enough to be good in some critics' opinions and all that. But still, The Kingsman was a really enjoyable movie. It is 2 hours, but if you uh, give it a chance, it's like the movie from The Kingsman: Secret Service and The Golden Circle. I never checked out Golden Circle. I do need to check that out for sure. So, yeah, number 22, I picked The Kingsman. At number 21 is A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, this has Emily Blunt in this movie, and her husband was the director for this movie. Shimon Hanso is in this movie as well. He's been in a few movies this year, I believe, that I've noticed. And this was an enjoyable movie, for sure. The action scenes were great. You have to remain in that time or whatever in the movie. It's the sequel to the first one, and it's right after the dad dies at the uh second the first movie, and then the guy that was in the Dark Knight and the Batman series with Christian Bale in it was in this movie. I don't know his acting name, but he was pretty good in this movie. He played the brother of John Krasinski or something like that. I don't know if that's his right last name. I can't remember. But I did enjoy this movie. So at number 21 is A Quiet Place Part 2. Definitely go check this movie out. You guys will love it. For sure. Number 20 is Nobody. Now, this was an enjoyable movie. Um, Bob Odenkirk plays the nobody guy or whatever, and he's basically a special ops trained uh, killer or assassin or whatever. He was trained by the military, like special forces or whatever, and yeah, he basically starts a fight with these Russian guys or whatever, or something like that. I don't know for sure, but it happens in a bus, and then he kind of gets his ass kicked for a bit, and then he pretty much goes on the offense and just kicks these guys' butt or whatever I meant to say. But yeah, it was an enjoyable movie. I was really surprised with Christopher. What is it? I know his name, but it's been a little bit. You can definitely go check out my movie review for it if you haven't seen it. Um, Christopher Lloyd, I meant to say. That's his name. He was really good in this movie. I actually enjoyed his character a lot, and Bob Odenkirk was pretty good in it too. So yeah, number 20, I picked Nobody. All right, at number 19 is Cruella. Now, Emma Stone was really good playing as Cruella in this movie. I personally like this movie. I own it. I know it's on Disney Plus for free, but I just wanted to own it because I personally love this movie. It was a really good movie, a good script, and all that. So, yeah, it's a very lengthy movie, but she has to basically stop this her mother, which is the what is it? I know the character's name, Empress or whatever. I don't fucking remember. Honestly, I have to go watch this movie again to see what the character's name was. But still, enjoyable movie, and I really did enjoy this movie. So, at number 19, I picked Cruella. I'm gonna have to return to you for part two for best movies of 2021. I got to talk about a little more than I thought, but I hope you enjoyed this first part for best movies of 2021. Sorry that I mentioned something weird at the number 26 spot. I didn't mean to say it like that. It came out the wrong way, I guess you could say. So please forgive me on that. But stay safe, take care, and as always, well, I'll see you in part two for best movies of 2021 video pretty soon.